Let's get into the big news surrounding Tottenham Hotspur today. It is very significant and very big news. We've been hearing about a cash injection. We've been hearing that ENIC have wanted to plough money back into the club, or into the club, should I say. All these offers coming into Tottenham, rejection after rejection after rejection. All we're hearing is that ENIC don't want to sell and want to stay at the club. And we have this announcement from Tottenham Hotspur today saying, we are pleased to announce our majority shareholder, the Lewis Family Trust, has, through ENIC Sports and Development Holdings Limited, injected 100 million of new capital into the club. And they've put a statement out on the website, which we'll read through. It says, we are pleased to announce that the majority shareholder, Lewis Family Trust, has, through ENIC Sports, injected 100 million new capital into the club. This equity injection will further strengthen the club's financial position and equip the club's leadership team with additional resources to continue to focus on driving long-term sporting success. This additional capital is part of the Lewis family's ongoing commitment to the club and its future. Peter Charrington, non-exec chairman of Tottenham Hotspur, said, as I stated a few weeks ago, our focus on stability and empowering the management team to deliver on the club's ambitions. I know the Lewis family are also ambitious for the future. Today's capital commitment reflects that ambition, and I would like to thank them for their ongoing support. We will continue to do all we can to ensure that Vinay and his team are supported in the best way possible to take the club forward. Very interesting stuff.
Yeah, apparently a lot of reports saying it's an initial injection. So is this a sign of things to come? Potentially, obviously, we heard a lot of rumours in the summer surrounding investment or an injection of cash, which is part of the reason why we were maybe splashing out a bit of money in the summer on, the likes of Xavi Simons and the like. So, look, they've talked the talk. Is this them walking the walk, I hope? Because it seems as though, look, 100 million's 100 million in this day and age in football. It's not going to set the world alight, but it's a start.
Yeah, if it is initial and this is like an ongoing thing and they're very much, tasked and they want to take this club forward, 100 million, it's not... Investing 100 million into a club isn't like, all right, you got 100 million now, you're going to spend 100 million on a player this summer. That's not really how it works. Like, no transfer fee, no transfer is done with, money up front. Mm-hmm. It's all installments. So if you improve the cash flow of the club, which this is definitely going to do, then it gives you the opportunity to sign bigger players for bigger values where the spread is still going to be spread over a number of years. Mm-hmm. So let's say we want an Anton Semenyo and he's going to cost 100 million. Like this, it makes it easier for it to... I still question whether we're going to spend 100 million on any one player, but it gives it a better opportunity for us to do so where we've got more liquid cash available in the bank.
It gives you more headroom and it gives you, more ability to more available money in the short term instead of just paying. Well, you are going to, obviously everyone pays in installments these days over a certain amount of years. That's how most transfers are done in this day and age. So having 100 million in short term available cash gives you maybe a higher budget to spend but it's not like you're going to spend it all on one summer. It's going to go into the cash flow of spreading those transfer fees over a certain amount of years. So, look, it's great news. Obviously, we had 150 million supposedly put in. How long ago was that now? 2 years ago?
It was a while ago, yeah.
Yeah, it was a while ago. I don't even know if we saw all of that 150 million in the end. But we have the 100 million now. And there's a lot of reporters reporting this 100 million is going into improving on-field success. That's what apparently the word is from the club. That's what is going to be going towards. So they've said they're not for sale. They haven't sold. They said they're concentrating on improving the team on the pitch, and they're gonna and they're ambitious in doing so. And they're going to invest money, which there's evidence now to suggest they are. So it's positive. It's really positive.
Yeah, majorly positive. And Ali Gold says that the 100 million injection is the first chunk of funding from the Lewis family, with more money to be made available as Vinay Venkatesham, Johan Lang and Thomas Frank formalise what they need going forward. And I don't know where it said it, but somewhere said, I know you mentioned it just before, saying it is an initial injection from ENIC. And if that is true, if it is only an initial injection and there is more to come, then that is majorly positive. And, I think they've invested more in the past couple of years, or the last, couple of years, than they have done in the 23 or 2 years, however long it's been prior to that.
Well, when you put in that initial 150 million as well, on top of that, they haven't. I don't think invested anything before then. It was all been self-funded, and obviously we're still going to have that money as well, the money that the club generates. So on top of that, which has obviously been sustaining Tottenham for all these years, but we know it's not been enough. We need that little bit extra boost if we're going to catch up to the other clubs. We're going to need to invest more money, because you see how much Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, you see how much those guys are spending. So we know that as much as Tottenham are doing well, living within their own means, and that's also a positive thing, we're able to do that. If we're going to catch up and be super ambitious, we need that cash injection. So, look, at the moment, you got to say, they're talking the talk and walking the walk, but we have to. It's about a long-term thing. Let's see if they keep doing it. But the fact that there's talks of this is an initial cash injection, this is a first chunk of a cash injection, how much can we expect to see?
Yeah,
that's the question.
I think it's like really good and really nice to hear that they're investing money into the club, but I want to see real stone cold evidence and that's going to be shown in a transfer window, whether it be January, the summer. You want to see Spurs show ambition in this January transfer window, and you don't want to hear the kind of excuses saying, oh, January is such a hard window to do business in. You don't want to hear the likes of Steve Hitchin back in the day being, oh, I hate January transfer. You want to see real ambition, and you want to see us try and push the boat out in this January, and very much particularly in the summer. That's when you're going to really know where we're at.
Yeah, I don't know if I expect to have a busy January. I mean, because we already know we have such big problems with our European squad in terms of who's going to be, Decky's coming back, all these different things. Dragashin's going to probably have to be back in the squad at some point. So we already have problems right there. So adding to that right now, unless there's like a massive need to, unless we're selling players, and maybe we will in January, I don't know who's going to be sold, but I don't expect a busy January. Maybe one player in. I don't know if I expect much more than that right now, if I'm making a prediction. But definitely in the summer, I'll be looking at them thinking, all right, let's see how serious they are.
If there are players that, Frank doesn't think is going to make the grade, and he already knows by January that he wants to move them on in the summer, the club should do their best to try and move them on in January. I know, it's not easy thing to do, and you need to find a buyer and everything like that, and everything's condensed into just 1 month as opposed to like 2-3 months, but that's what the club should be looking to do. If Frank wants to move someone on in the summer, why not steamroll that, or like fast track that to January?
That's fine. I don't mind doing that. I just don't know if we will or be able to.
Yeah, it's all about being able to. I mean, if we can, we will, in my opinion.
But how many sales are we thinking? We're going to have a fire sale in January? I just don't see that happening.
I don't know about a fire sale. Do we need a fire sale even in the summer?
No, I don't know if we need one. I'm just saying if we're going to have a busy January, you're going to need to sell quite a lot of players.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many players we will be able to actually sell.
The reality is, it's only a Champions League squad that we're worried about. And, how far do you expect us to go into the Champions League this season? Like quarterfinals max?
Yeah, I mean, that's a prediction, but obviously you want to...
Obviously you want to get to the final and win it, but the reality is, what, are we going to get past the quarterfinals? Probably not. So in January, you're talking about making up a squad for 4 more games, 2 more games. You know what I mean? It's not... I know it's a significant part of our season, the Champions League, but these players that we bring in are, mostly going to be played in the league and the cups.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have an issue really in our league.
No, we don't.
Squad. Mm-hmm. So if we bring in players in January, they still will be able to play a significant part in the rest of the season.
Yeah. I just don't know. Look, I don't know how busy January is going to be. That's just my point. But we'll see.
Yeah. In terms of Ben Jacobs, he says the money isn't solely a transfer kitty, and the funds are with a view of creating financial strength and sustainability, and are there as a sign that Tottenham are not for sale. Some of the 100 million will go towards strengthening the squad, but both now and for the future, the intention is to invest in the club through additional equity rather than adding to the debt. As a result, these funds further boost Tottenham's balance sheet. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it makes sense because Spurs are, I think we're one of the most, or if not the most, in-debt club in the Premier League with the stadium and everything like that, you know, long-term loans with the bank. So it makes sense that, you know, this is, you know, very much for a cash flow thing as well.
Yeah, for sure. And, yeah, I've got not much more to say about that, but I just think, hopefully, we're here. The most important thing is we're hearing its initial chunk. I want to see how much more comes with it, because 100 million is great and it is going to improve things even in the short term. It should improve the cash flow, more money available. But is 100 million going to be enough to show the ambition that we're looking for? Maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, look, we earn a significant amount of money at this football club, so anything more is, you know, just boosts it even further because we're able to spend a lot of money, even with the money that we have coming into the club anyway. So 100 million, when you're looking at how you do transfers with installments and everything, I think it's quite significant. I know when on the face of things it doesn't sound significant because like one big player and one massive player costs 100 million, but we all know that's not how transfers work. And then, like we said before, it's all about installments and it's all about long-term planning. And if it's an initial 100 million and they're still, you know, looking to invest more than that in the future and hopefully in the near future, then I think it's only a positive thing, and I think it's something to be very, very excited about. And it, you know, suggests that Spurs are moving like an actual club. Finally, that's what it suggests. So I'm very excited with the way and the direction that this club is moving in. When you're looking at the January transfer window or the summer transfer window, I mean, you know, people are dreaming of players like Antoine Semenyo, Adam Wharton, these kind of guys, Premier League proven players at a good age that can come in and really take us to the next level.
Oh, do we think like this was always the plan, or is it like now Levy's gone, now we're doing it? Because I doubt Levy was like stopping this from happening. You know, I doubt Levy was like, no, we're not investing 100 million. Now he's gone. Now, okay, release the coffers, pull, you know, release the money, pull the lever down and let all those coins fly out. Like, why did they have to wait for Levy to go for this to happen?
Yeah,
or is it
no
just
idea.
I don't know. It's the whole timing of it is all very strange, I feel. But
It is very strange, but you know, Levy obviously got pushed out for one reason or another, whatever that reason may be. I don't know. But you know, he was running the club at that moment in time. Now he has been pushed out, and the Lewis family or whoever's like Vivian and co are running the club. They have say on the way things run now. So it's under different hands. That's the reality. The club's under different hands. So maybe they didn't trust Levy with the money and the way it was run.
I don't buy that. I don't know.
So what do you buy?
I don't know. That's what I'm posturing. I don't buy that they're only investing 100 million because he's gone. They didn't trust him with it. I think they knew that Levy was making them a lot of money, and if Levy, they could have invested this 100 million at any point. I feel. So why are they waiting till now to do it? It's just a bit. I mean, obviously, it did invest 150 when Levy was there, but I just wonder if this was it always the plan to start investing heavy now?
And also, you got to remember, like, Joe Lewis ain't officially running the club anymore. I don't know if he is involved or he's not involved, but if you believe everything official and, you know, from what we've been told, he's nothing to do with the club anymore. And Joe Lewis was the one actually behind Daniel Levy for all these years. Since Levy's left the club, it's been the Lewis family. It's been, you know, it's a completely different ownership structure now, like, to what it was then. So obviously that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just trying to figure out why it's now and what was
It's
it
now
about?
because it's a different ownership structure now.
Yeah, but what was this always the plan, even if Levy was to stay on to do this or not, or they had to wait till Levy to go for this to happen? Just seems all a bit. But anyway, it's exciting.
I imagine, like, once the new ownership structure came in, this probably was always the plan.
Right. So even if Levy did stay on, they could have done this.
But part of the ownership structure
No,
change
I understand that was
to
Levy
get rid of
going.
Levy.
Yeah, but I wonder how long it was in the pipeline to get rid of him, though.
Yeah, that we don't know. And that I don't know if we're ever going to know. But what we do know is that there's a whole restructuring at the top, and we're led to believe that they want sporting success and success on the field. And this is the first step towards that. So a new ownership structure, injection into the club. The next thing is showing us what they're all about in the transfer market. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Also on the BBC, they say a source close to the Lewis family said that on the 100 million injection into the club, this is initial additional funding as the club's management decides what's needed to deliver success. More money will be available. The Lewis family is committed to backing the club to be successful. And those are the words we all want to hear.
No, that's kind of sometimes what I'm worried about when they're just feeding us what we want to hear. But look, the money is there. And so if they keep putting it in, I'm not going to complain.
Maybe they are the people that we want.
Maybe.
The thing is, right, we're always so sceptical when it comes to like ENIC and Tottenham owners and
I think that's right.
From
I
the
think
above.
that's right.
Because we've been burnt so many times.
I'm not saying don't believe anything they say. I'm just saying treat it with a healthy dose of skepticism. I think that's fair.
But it's also treat it with a bit of excitement as well. Get excited as well.
The money's there, so that's enough to be excited about.
Yeah. So it's about what Vinay, Lang, Paratici still sniffing around as well.
All I'm saying is be excited because clearly, look, Levy's gone. It's a new direction, so that's always going to be naturally exciting. The club's going in a good direction, but don't get over you. Don't get too ahead of yourself. Like, oh, okay, title challenges, and all this like straight away. You need to pace yourself.
Yeah. But get excited, people. Get excited. It's hard not to because, Levy's gone and you start hearing all this stuff. But
look, change is exciting. It's definitely exciting. The unknown is exciting because we've just been in the same cycle for so long.
Yeah.
Just something different, even though we're not really knowing where it's heading. That is exciting. And I think everything with the club, with the football, off the pitch now, it seems to be finally we're getting our act together, and we're finally, going where we all want to be. But it's still a long road ahead.
Yeah, it's a very long road ahead, and it is kind of like, as much as we've all heard words before, we've seen injections before, not very many, granted, but we have seen them before, and it's just about seeing it to believe it, really. And let's hope that we see it in the transfer windows, in the coming transfer windows, because if we don't, then it will we'll quickly realise that it's just a bunch of nothing. But I got a feeling that we will see it. I'm hopeful.